Now, in Western Sydney, a councillor now promises to ban Welcome to Country ceremonies if he and enough of his supporters are elected in September. Joining me is that councillor, Steve Christou, who was mayor of the council for 5 years. Steve Christou, thank you so much for your time. Why do you want this ceremony banned?
Andrew, quite frankly, the Welcome to Country ceremony has become overdone, watered down, and people are sick of it being shoved down their throats. It has very little meaningful reflection for the vast majority of Australians, and that was proven, I believe, overwhelmingly when they voted no to the Voice to Parliament campaign. And especially in a local government area like Cumberland City Council, where 240,000 residents reside and 64% of them were born overseas, the feedback that we are getting is, why do we need to be welcome to a country that we helped build? And, we turned Australia, a great country, into an even better country. And we feel unwelcome when we hear welcome to country, but also, no matter where you come from, whether it's Anglo roots, ethnic roots, any background, we are all equal. And that's the overwhelming driving force behind this, that resident feedback and my personal belief that we do not need to be welcome into our own country, created a two-class divide as second-class citizens.
Well, I think you couldn't have put it better. I mean, I just went to the Wimmera on a road trip with my daughter. I mentioned it yesterday. And I love calling into local history museums, usually run by volunteers. And you find the kind of people, 700 Chinese who unlocked the gold mines that formed Ararat. Chinese. A German guy, a Swiss guy, Zumstein, who founded a town in Victoria as well. The people from Britain and all that came here and unlocked the gold mines as well. And I mean, so many people, all those workers, many of them imported, that brought water to Stawell, first brought reticulated water to Stawell. I mean, so many people we owe this country to. Why single out one race? Would you also ban the endless pain then of respects to Indigenous elders, past, present and emerging, when we should be paying respect to all elders of all races?
Well, you're absolutely spot on. And actually, my group, the Our Local Community Group, we actually have a little speech that we say in council, an acknowledgement, which acknowledges all the community, no matter what your background. And we make a point of getting up in council and saying that we acknowledge not only the Indigenous people of the land, but also the pioneers that came out and helped build this country, and their ethnic population that contributed to make this country even greater.
I think that's absolutely correct. Now, what's been the reaction to your proposal? Because it still sounds rather out there. I'm going to ban the Welcome to Country or the acknowledgement and all that. For many people, oh, that's racist, or they don't dare say they approve. But what's been the reaction?
Overwhelmingly, very positive feedback. I think the silent majority out there have now found their voice. They're starting to speak up and become louder and louder. People are just sick of it. There have been a few trolls online, but they're just gutless, faceless trolls. I've got a thick hide. We can take that. Yep. You're not going to let them spoil your day. We're here to represent everybody as equals, and it's been overwhelmingly very positive. And I think people just had a gutful.
Steve, I'm actually out of time, but I've got one quick question for you. You're the son of Greek refugees from Cyprus, which got torn apart by that civil war between Turkish Muslims and Greek Christians. So you know the danger of this kind of tribalism, why it's mad to actually reinvent it in this country. Absolutely.
My parents were Greek Cypriot refugees. They came to Australia when they lost their home in 1976. And, it's this kind of division that sows hatred and discontent amongst our community and Australian people. We're all equal. We want to stand shoulder to shoulder, side by side, hand in hand, with our Indigenous brothers and sisters as equals. Nothing more, nothing less.
Correct.
Everybody as equal.
Yep, this is not anti-Aboriginal at all. It is treating Aborigines as equals. And I think that is so important. It's the only way we can go together in this future. Steve Christou, all the best to you. Good luck. Thank you so much for your time.